Hello and welcome to Modiphius and our Dreams and Machines actual play series. Welcome to Avira Prime. Thank you all very much for joining us for our last episode of this little mini series that we have been doing. This little tale that our group here have weaved, although none of them are weavers, but they have been weaving. But yes, thank you very much for joining us. Again, if you haven't seen the past episodes, why? I mean, come on. You should be watching it all. But yes, we will jump right in because I know everyone is excited to find out what happened at the end of last episode when I wouldn't let them hear anything. So let's give a little recap before we jump into our intro, into our session. So not last session, but the session before, our group were in combat with a Waker that had attacked Seleko camp. They managed to defeat the Waker, but in doing so, Cap was almost, let's say, mortally injured in the fray, having blown the back of the Waker up and been jettisoned across the ground, suffering some third-degree burns and hitting the back of their head on a very large, sharp rock on the floor, and oozing out some spinal fluid and some blood and some guts and stuff. Luckily, the group managed to administer very quick first aid when they eventually found them, and saved Cap's life. Cap then was taken into the inn where they were staying that night and was left there to rest and recuperate, with Harold keeping a close watch and making sure they're okay. The group then inspected the dead Waker, Zeke finding out that some of its parts were newer than expected, as these Wakers were from pre-war or during war, which was 200 years ago. Some of the parts on this Waker appear to be a lot shinier and newer than that, so Zeke had some concerns as to this Waker's origins. So, that was loud. That's nothing, don't worry guys.
He had us all looking at our computers like, what happened?
But yes, Zeke told the group what had happened, or what he had discovered, and as a collective unit, they decided they were going to go and follow the trail of this Wake and find out where it came from. As from looking at the program, Zeke found that it was potentially only activated 3-ish hours ago. So last week's episode started with the group on the hunt for the trail of this Waker, whereas Crassus led the way using their honed-in spear skills to track their prey, and they did so, and they ended up going into some shrubland and some low ground cover areas where Jewel discovered a body on the floor, and a second body was discovered close by. These were both what appeared to be thralls that had unfortunately suffered an untimely end due to being crushed by this Waker. But looking at their bodies and looking at the positioning they were in, they appear to have been moving alongside the Waker. You could surmise they were leading it to Seleko camp. But the group looted the two dead thralls, took some weapons. They managed to find a key card and a data pad that would transmit a code from it, and they continued on their way to the base of a mountain, one of the mountains in the range that kind of crests the bottom side of New Moss Grove, and they moved along the side of the mountain and found the entrance to what appeared to be a bunker. Zeke, using the key card and the data pad, opened the doors, went inside, the doors closed. People freaked out a little bit, then they opened the doors again, and then everyone went inside, and it was a large empty room with another door at the end, and they continued moving deeper and deeper in until they found what appeared to be a large workshop. In here, they had a look around. It looked like it was some hydroelectric plant of some sort, but an area of this workshop appeared to have been used recently, and they found a data pad there, which was encrypted. Jewel found it, gave it to Zeke. Zeke managed to hack it, and they found some information that a third party had sent these thralls out to effectively destroy everyone around them in a hunt for gaining this item, this unknown artifact, as it was described in the terminal, in the entry on the data pad. Everyone presumed it was the box that they are traveling with, and they took it as kind of written that they were the targets of the Waker attack, for sure, and clearly someone is following them and trying to intercept them. The group then moved further on from this workshop area to what appears to be a very long corridor with a door at the end. Zeke unfortunately couldn't get through the door and had electrocuted himself whilst trying, but it was already slightly damaged, the lock, by the thralls clearly having tried to get through. And there were windows along both sides that no one could see through. Who knows why. But in turn, they left the bunker feeling that they probably shouldn't stay there, but Zeke had trapped every door in the bunker and trapped the outside one, reverse engineering the key card so that if someone attempted to open it, it would send a signal to the terminal he had to alert him that someone has tried to enter this place. That signal wouldn't be instantaneous, it just depends how far away they are. But the group then carried on their journey south to Deepwood Archives, whilst Cap is still resting at Seleko Camp. Hopefully not in a den of traitors. But who knows, it was a thought that was thrown out there. So, with that, we'll jump to our intro and we will pick up where we left off. So, we pick up with our group on their way south. From where you are now, you're in a position where you can jump back on the main road south from Seleko Camp and, in essence, from New Moss Grove, but you cut out a section above Seleko Camp when you went through the forest. It is a pretty much straight shot south with a slight turn off into Deepwoods and Deepwood Archives itself there. Whilst you're making your way, is there anything you wish to do, to discuss whilst you're travelling south?
Is there like anybody want to talk about how much you miss them and like how the energy just isn't the same?
Well, we did mention, it would have been ideal to have Cap around for analyzing or knowing certain things that weren't necessarily tech related. Anyway, I hope Cap's okay.
Well, I feel like if this thing is really after us, like we suspect, going back to Seleko Camp and bringing this thing to Cap and to everyone else that was not prepared for it.
Right. Would have been a danger, yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. Do you not feel like the more that we uncover and see and go behind metal doors that, we shouldn't have, that do you feel like we were the best they could have asked to do this?
Well, I mean,
Or do we feel maybe a little bit like possible cannon fodder along the way?
look at it. Zeke surprised all of us and has pretty much cracked every puzzle that's been thrown his way. And Crass took down a damn Waker. So maybe we weren't the soldiers or something they should have sent, but
Yes, well, I think, Crass is not to downplay. I think you're extremely impressive, yes, but they did send a spear who had never done so before.
True. True.
Very glad that it turned out well. And Zeke, I could see, endlessly looks into anything he can get his hands on. I could see how that may or may not get you in trouble at times.
So you think we're kind of set up? That's what you're
I don't know. I think that we were perhaps, I don't know, it's hard not to feel like we were maybe expendable.
I get that.
Maybe, but I've been on hunts before. I think they seem like they trust us with something this big. Sure, you could argue that we're just expendable, but if we failed, then this whatever that thing is would have fallen in the wrong hands. So I don't know. I think that maybe they didn't realize how dangerous it was going to be, or know about the Wakers being reprogrammed and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Possible. Here's my thing. I think if we just complete the mission, we can get this off of our hands and get out of the limelight of danger. I guess target on our back. I don't know. I've been up for something like 24, 25 hours now.
Too long.
Too long. I'm getting all my similes and metaphors all twizzled up. See, that's another one. It's not right.
Yes, you're right. They are more tired than usual. Well, we can't be long off now. I say with some sort of recognition, perhaps, of where we're at.
So, kind of gauging the landscape and where you are. And again, following the road south, you're not too far away. You continue walking and chatting amongst yourselves for another half an hour to an hour, and you reach what appears to be a fork in the road. And you know from checking maps and checking your routes before you had left that you need to take the right hand turn, the right hand fork, which will take you into Deepwood and to the Deepwood Archives. And it's only a short journey from there until you reach Deepwoods itself. You take the left or the right fork?
We take the right.
Yeah.
Got to ask. You never know.
Left. We're going left.
12 more episodes. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go to the right.
Yeah, you go to the right. Jewel, again, leading the way on dry land. You head right, and after another hour of walking, you reach an area where the ground and the landscape around you is very much withered, blackened, grey, very monochromatic in colour, as this appears to be an area that was heavily damaged during the war. Deepwood's archives today has kind of arisen from the ruins of the old Deepwood's campus. It was an out-of-city location for the Castile City University back pre-war. and it was nestled in the foothills of the low mountains in this area and kind of embraced by what was a beautiful and ancient forest. But after the war, when survivors kind of returned to the area, it's completely devastated. Superheated wildfires, kind of fanned by builder mechs in the area, had kind of calcified the entire forest and turned it into this almost fossilized area of blackened wood and stone. And it was pretty desolate place. But this is where the original kind of university campus, one of the key centers of excellence and learning was. So they chose to rebuild in this area and rebuild Deepwood's archive as a monument to the past and to the great minds that were. As you kind of move through this desolated area into what is Deepwood Archives, the centerpiece is a place called the Lev Complex. It is a 2-towered building that houses the archive house. In one tower, it's got the auditorium where the senior archivists hold meetings and councils and do their own research. Tutorial rooms for, again, further learning, as archivists are always learning, always trying to gauge stuff from the past, as well as other kind of important sectors and functions within this kind of key structure here in the center. And the Deepwood Tower, it's like 50 meters tall, and it's the only kind of part of the settlement that's still visible above the what is a calcified forest as you approach. And it's kind of like it's your true landmark that you're going the right way and you're heading in. And the positive with Deepwoods is it is open to everyone. It is, even though it is an archivist community, an archivist faction, it is a melting pot of kind of intellectual debate, and it welcomes a mixture of different archivist philosophies to be discussed here, and people of different factions, different cultures, different backgrounds, because you can learn from so many different avenues, and the archivists here want to kind of improve upon their knowledge base from all avenues. So they welcome anyone in who's willing to share and impart their own wisdom. But you arrive and you kind of walk into this hub of learning that is Deepwoods, and you kind of feel the buzz and the energy of the place. One, from a slight static charge that kind of permeates the place with all the different experiments they're doing and repair work on different devices. But two, the people and the hustle and bustle here, and you see people walking past you in groups of 2s and 3s, and in a fluid state of conversation and debate as they're walking past, and they're discussing different things. But you kind of walk in and take a second to kind of stop and look around you and be like, okay, where are we going? You're here now, and you were meant to bring it here, but no one actually told you exactly who you're going to and where you're taking it. And yeah.
Zeke, are you excited right now?
I actually had to sit on that. GM, do I know who would be, if not specifically in charge, who would I consider the most capable member of the Deepwood?
So you would know that there is a kind of a senior group of archivists that kind of hold council here, but the caretaker of Deepwoods is a gentleman called Exuku Lot.
Lot?
Yeah, Exuku Lot. They're an elderly gentleman.
So with kind of Jewel will kind of bring that up. Most of them on they don't compare. Lot, lots of things. He does lots of things. Lot. We need to find Lot. Lot is the only one who matters.
Okay. Sure. Is it not odd that we're bringing I'm just thinking about this now. This item to one group.
Well, if it was found in Musgrove, and comparatively, those in the Deepwood Archives are more capable than those in Musgrove, not counting myself.
But I mean, it does seem a little bit strange that we're taking it to a place that anyone can come to. I mean, they have forums here. I came once for an interesting debate on the qualities of coffee versus tea, and I'll tell you, it was something real interesting. There's a lot of deep dives through. Sorry, not to get off track, but what I'm saying is, if anyone could come here, why are they bringing the most dangerous thing possibly on the world to it?
And I believe what I would understand as their defense, I do not think they had assumed how dangerous the thing was. We were not expected to be attacked by individuals that could kind of like comes closer, those that would refurbish a vehicle to then attack in a coordinated assault.
Right. Actually, GM, it's our last session. I should use. I'm going to use. Yeah, everything. And you'll be glad this is going to give you back threat.
Okay.
I heard a rumor. Sorry, guys.
Do it.
People trust you with their secrets at start of scene. I may add up to 3 threat. For each point of threat added, I can ask the GM an additional question about the situation or location. So,
Okay.
And it comes from rumors and news from various sources, right?
Yes.
As a river. So let's do 1 threat to know if, with this place, have there ever been, I guess, like scandals or things like that would make something not trustworthy with the people, like the person in charge, the Exilot? Is that what their name was?
Exukulat.
Exuku being rank,
Yes.
and then lot. Because Exuku, I think, is ranked is a second or third rank in a total of 5 or 4.
I see.
Ah.
Yeah, any sort of story around that would cause any sort of suspicion to character, I suppose.
Okay. I'm gonna say there are many scandals that have come from Deepwood Archive. As a place, as a front runner in the research and repurposing of old world tech, there are some radical thinkers that live within this community.
Okay.
Because again, the kind of general archivist philosophy is, let's reclaim the past, reclaim this advanced technology we have lost due to the Builder War. And let's reclaim that and move forward in technological advancement. We were great before. Let's maintain that knowledge base. So there are some that kind of want to do that in a respectful way, and there are those that are like, hey, let's just remake the Builder. So there's some radical minds here. And in terms of the caretaker, Exuku lot, you've never heard anything bad said about them. They're a very stoic and wise individual. They were given the position of caretaker due to their neutrality in debate within the general community. But yeah, there's been a few scandals, there's been a few occasional random explosions and stuff.
Okay, and then does this place have the means to defend itself militarily? Have I heard, even if something's secret? Okay, cool.
Yes, it has a garrison here, so it does have guardians that protect this place, and mixed within the guardians there are a few sentinels as well. For those at home who don't know, a sentinel is an advanced archetype you can unlock in the game, and they are a more heavily armored kind of path of guardian that are a bit more heavy weapon infused, almost like the Doom guy level of soldier, shall we say. But they do have a few that reside here and kind of travel around here. So yeah, they are capable of defending themselves from Waker attacks and have in the past.
Okay, great. That makes me feel a little better. Okay. Was that 2 threat for you?
That was 2, yes.
Is there anything else we wanna rake my minds as Jules like reminiscing on stories she's heard?
Say there's something, but I think Zeke wouldn't bring it up, so I have a separate question for the GM on that same note.
Yeah. So imagine that Jewel kind of like was just mumbling all of that aloud, like it's like, you know, when I was saying, if someone came by and said this, blah blah blah, you know. Yeah, I'll keep it at 2 then. 2 threat for you.
Thank you very much. I will gladly take that and up my threat to 7. So, I start with threat to the number of players.
Oh.
Yeah. So, you're kind of stood there conversing between yourselves, and you're in kind of a main, almost like a square, but not literally, area of the Deepwood Archives, kind of township as it were. And Zeke, you remember that Zeku Lot is the caretaker and probably the main person you want to speak to. They are an elder here. And Jewel, you've kind of reminisced about some things you've heard and let the group know. Where are you going? What's your plans? Where are you heading to? Or are you gonna try and flag someone down to give directions? Or
Would our archivist community is roughly the same in such a way that, like, since I'm from one, would I roughly know where to go to find Lot in a general state of being? Like, they have normal, like, this is their normal library style building and so on and so forth?
You would know that the Lev complex, the main 2-towered building, that's where the senior archivist's auditoria is and where they hold meetings, so he would more than likely be in there.
Yeah, I was trying to see if Zeke would be very communicative, but Zeke is motivated to figure this thing out and prove something. So I think without more than a strange, like a gasp of realizing, goes on like a speed walk towards where he know like Lot would be, kind of like, oh yeah, got it, and is just going.
Okay.
Well, all right. Follow that man. Or follow that Zeke, that genius. I don't know. Just like
the rest of you
He's
follow?
something. Yeah.
Okay. So with Zeke power walking ahead, you all kind of pick up your pace and follow behind. Zeke, you head straight into the Lev complex, and like you get in. There's kind of a main foyer, as it were, and then staircases and stuff that lead to all the different areas. There is kind of a central map almost of the tower, and you go there and you literally like a 2-second 2-blink scan of the map, and you've got it memorized. And you're like, right, it's that way. And you lead your group up to the senior archivist auditoria, and it's several flights of stairs. It's not exactly like the first floor. Which is a shame when most senior archivists are quite old and they have to go up a lot of stairs. But cardio is key in this world. So they do. And you head up and you get outside what is a large set of double doors outside the auditoria. It is signposted. There is like a big sign above the doors that says, this is the place. And the doors are closed on your arrival, and you hear several muffled voices inside.
Zeke has no patience or cordialness. It's just like not noise. No, Zeke is demonstrative. I just open the door. I first see if I can open it. If it's just like if I could just open.
You can. There is a handle, and it is not a locked door.
Yeah, Zeke opens.
And as Zeke opens the door, Jewel steps in and goes, "Honk, we are here. Announcing Zeke tenets. Jewel. Astrolabe Jewel Magnolia, with Bixby, I don't remember everyone's last names, and Crassus Spark Song of the Spears. Requesting an audience.
Mine was the only last name that you didn't say.
We'll get
Like,
back
I
to
walk
that
in saying that.
later. Now's not the time. You know I know your last name.
Okay, you announce your arrival. In doing so,
Yeah.
looking in the room, you see that there are four gentlemen stood around a rectangular metal table. The top of it appears to be glowing. They all look 50 years or above, some higher up than that. And they kind of all stop talking, turn to you. All with kind of a squint, kind of glare. And one of them just kind of cocks their head and goes, "Who?"
Executive
suffice-
Zeppelin Tenny. I'm here to speak with Lot.
Yes, that.
Zeke has used their actual archivist name. Ugh.
You see one of the other gentlemen who stood there kind of goes, nods, comes around the table and goes, "I'm Execu Lot. Hello, what do you want?"
So nice to meet you. Could we maybe speak in private?
Oh, okay. And he kind of turns to the others and goes, we'll pick this up later.
Don't go too far. We might need you. Go somewhere, but don't.
And we are not robbing or killing anyone. I just want to put
No,
this may seem
yes.
suspicious.
So little so that we maybe didn't even need to mention that.
I'm like, listen, everything's cool. Everyone be cool.
You've
You
all
know,
walked in
we
with
just-
rifles and spears of multiple
You
origin.
can trust us.
Outfits.
To clarify, we just don't think you are capable of understanding what we are dealing with here for the time being. So you can go.
They kind of look you up and down, Zeke, and they kind of like, heard your name and rank. They go like, and they walk out.
Yeah, it's not even a name of awe. It's a name of fuck.
Yeah.
I think this is going on your permanent record there, Haas.
It is longer than it needs to be.
Okay, Zeke, why don't you tell him what exactly has brought us here?
And once like the room is cleared, entering this room isolated, no audio, video capturing, no recording, and no ambient technology for surveillance observation. Yes,
What do you want?
I asked the question.
I will answer it later. What do you want?
I have something that we are dealing with that involves New Musgrove and potentially foreign technology. And by foreign, I mean foreign even for New Musgrove, Archivists, and even myself in extreme potential. We've been sent by, I don't know names.
Wait, this is very clandestine. The footage, no recording, is a very important question because this is of utmost secrecy.
The old man, an old lady of New Musgrove, and elders of all that has sent us to bring something, and I need to make sure that there is no tech to observe us, lest we be attacked again.
Oh, Victoria sent
Victoria
me.
Silver,
You're those
yeah.
people. Sorry, I was expecting something else. Okay.
Wait,
Even
hold
after I
on.
told you it wasn't a crime thing?
Hold on, what does that mean?
I just
What were you expecting?
I don't know. I was just the way you came in, it was not what I expected. You were to be a part of this inquiry.
Right, we are more distinguished than you might have expected.
Yes. So do you have this item? Have you brought it with you? I would hope you did. That's why you're here.
Answer my question. Is there any form of surveillance or observation devices currently active in this room?
turns around, presses something on the table. It's like, no. Not now.
Good. Yeah. See, that is why I took the time I needed to. And then Zeke will go through EGOT using the arms to pull out the box into his hands and kind of show it, not like setting it down or even pushing it out, but like still holding it to his person. This is the item.
Yes, just let me see.
You use your eyes to see.
Again, be careful who you're addressing.
We are the same rank. You are not anything special.
I'm the caretaker of Deepwood Archives.
Yes, and I
Rank
thought
is subservient to this position, so just to give you fair warning, I know you've travelled a long way. But you've come to bring this item to me.
Yes, Zeke,
Now let me
that
have a
is
look at
our mission, so to speak.
and like with a very tight grimace is like passing it over.
Thank you.
Now, it might be worth noting that we do believe that it is perhaps attracting or perhaps sending out some sort of signal or something. We have been attacked. Well,
Oh, wonderful! It's
Well-
doing things. Okay, that's more than we were told.
well,
Okay.
maybe.
He kind of he's like
Clarified,
holding it,
there was
looking
no
at it,
power.
not looking at you whilst you're talking either.
I mean, I don't know how it works. It's just a guess.
I determined that it does have some form of electrical component to operate, but there is no source of power running through it and no way to directly charge it through any conduit means that we have available.
Okay. Wonderful.
Yeah,
Okay.
but basically, someone knows that we have it and was tracking us and sent a damn waker after us.
Oh.
Basically destroyed New Seleco, Seleco camp. So,
Oh.
and we almost lost one of our number, which we are real excited to get back to and make sure that they're okay. So, if you could just go ahead and take this thing off our hands, assure us it's going to be safe, and get us some form of remittance for all this, we would be very happy.
Okay. Wonderful. He passes it back to Zeke. Come with me.
No. Oh, okay.
And he leads you out in like a. I mean, he's an elderly gentleman, but he now has a bit of pep in his step, and leads you out of the auditorium. He's like, "Come with me this way, down here," and
Okay.
leads you back down the stairs, out of the Lev Complex building, back out into this kind of courtyard square area. It's like this way, and he's kind of hurrying his way through the people that are out here ahead of you. I presume you are all following.
Yep.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. And he leads you through, and you see him stop for a second, put his hand up and go, 1 second. Moves to like just kind of turns right angle to his right, walks over, and you see that he walks over to two individuals that are sat kind of round a small table outside. As you glance over and look at them, one is in kind of traditional guardian garments, with kind of facial recognition hiding scarves. You see that they have a sidearm with them, and then a person sat next to them you only see from the back, and they are kitted out in like the biggest set of armor you've seen. It is all metallic, it's shiny, it has some iridescence to it, and you see a rifle, a good kind of 3 feet long, like propped up next to them, and Lot goes over to them and kind of whispers something in their ear, points at you four, and goes, and you hear him say, "Waker attack," just puts up a guard, and you see the two individuals nod, stand up, turn around, and kind of look at the four of you. The Guardian is a gentleman in, say, their early 30s, short, brown hair, very thick mustache, with a big scar down one side of their face, and they kind of look at the four of you, nod, before moving off. The other person in the big kind of set of arm with a big gun, you see is a woman, 6 foot tall, late 20s, early 30s looking, blonde, short, bobbed hair. She kind of looks at you all and goes, be careful, as they kind of shoulder their gun and walks off as well.
Well, that was a bit unsettling.
And
Right.
yeah, Lot's kind of like, don't worry, I'm just letting them know that you may have been followed, so like we'll put up a guard just to be safe.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Great.
Anyway, follow me. And they foot on, and they take you into another building in the Deepwood Archive township. This is a kind of single level long building with one big set of doors with no name on it, no name or what this building is on top. And you go in, or he opens the door and kind of ushers the four of you in. It's like, come. It's like, okay. And you enter this very kind of like clinical looking space you're in. But you're in like a 20-foot by 20-foot room, a couple benches and seating in there and a table. And you see like glass windows on all the walls looking into what appear to be laboratories and kind of research areas. And Lot goes, okay, can Zeke, oh, that's what people have just been calling you, so I presume that's your name. Can you pass me the object, please?
Disgruntled still. Does so.
Yeah. He takes it and he walks over to one of the windows and he kind of very loudly, oh, we just lost.
He was very disgruntled.
He's very disgruntled and can't play. But he quickly knocks on the the glass very loudly, and you see two individuals who are in one of these lab areas doing some form of research. And he knocks on and he kind of holds it up and kind of shakes it a little in front of them, and they both kind of go, stop what they're doing and come out to greet you all. And you see a gentleman and maybe in his mid-40s, about 5'4", slim, come out in a lab coat and technical gear, and a younger woman in her mid-20s, long blonde hair, again lab gear, coming out, and they come out and go, oh, hello, yes, Ezekiel Lot, how can we, hello, looking at the four of you, so they're going, hello, hello, how can we help? And Ezekiel Lot's like, they've retrieved the item that fell near New Mossgrove.
Yeah, we're just messengers, really.
Okay.
Delivery service, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for. And the gentleman goes, I do apologize. Let me introduce myself, my colleague. Where our manners. My name is Alter Machias Tennystrad, and I'm one of the head researchers here at Deepwood, and this is my associate Rangu Thalia Tennystrad.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
And just
I'm Astrolabe Jewel Magnolia. This is Zeke Tenets. We've got Crassus Sparksong Spear, and this is Bixby.
Again.
Pleasure to meet you all. And they both kind of like nod and say hello. And then Ezekiel Lot kind of turns to him and goes, I need you to take this. This is your priority from now until you die. Find out what it is. And the gentleman, Machias, takes it and goes, okay. It's got some lettering on it. Hold on. Interesting. Okay. Does anyone know what it is before I even bother?
Are they referring to the box?
Yeah, he's now holding the box. Like,
The letters on it? Yeah, we've clearly figured that out, actually, Danny.
I'm sure. UWRD. Yeah, you know exactly what that means. Yeah. Any guesses?
It's
This,
yeah, huh?
It's a weapon.
Yeah.
Is fell from space, maybe?
Oh.
Yeah, the ultra. It's
Ultra wear
radiation.
device?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So nothing then. Okay, I will take it.
Yeah. Nothing.
And Matthias hands it to his assistant Thalia, and they take it into the research room that they're in, and they place it on top of a large device that they have on the table, a very large circular device. They place it in the middle. And Executive Lot, who's kind of stood out there with you, kind of says, if you wish to wait here, I mean, you can watch what they're doing. I need to just speak to a couple council members to again sort out reparations for your travel and your time. I believe there was a payment formally arranged, so I'll go and sort that out. I'll arrange some accommodation if you wish to stay here for the night. I know you had a long travel. Yeah, you can wait here. If they need any help, you have interacted with this item more than anyone so far.
Well,
so
question: are there any elders from our various factions here?
I can ask around. It's a very kind of come and go place. I will speak to my council members and I will ask on your behalf.
Right.
And he kind of looks at you all, and you kind of see him going River, Spear, Vivian, and Zeke. Okay.
And Zeke.
Yeah.
I need a workshop.
You need a workshop.
Yes, I need a workshop.
Okay. And he just points to like the glass window of the lab next to where these two people were. It's like, you can just use that.
Zeke goes in.
Okay. And he's like, I will be back shortly. And he's just like, okay, let's go.
I have a GM question.
Yes.
So the first episode, granted this was months ago now. Did Victoria tell us like that there wasn't going to be payment for this job? Wasn't she like, yeah, you'll have done something good?
Yeah, I don't remember payment, but
I think she paid in advance, right? That was the idea. She gave us a bunch of coin, which is what we used to buy stuff.
Yeah, you were given
she gave us,
35
supplies.
coin before you left. She didn't mention payment.
I feel like Julie even actually asked if there was payment.
I for sure
and she like held her hand a little
She
tighter.
kind of patted you on the back of the hand and went, no, she smiled at you. That's what she did. She was like,
yeah.
So the whole payment thing for us seems a little bit suspicious now.
This is why we need to unionize.
Exactly.
We should start
We'd have a
guild
stronger
of adventurers, if you will.
I like that you think suspicious, and Joel was just like, nice surprise. Hell yeah.
I think so this is after Ezekiel leaves, is sort of like, this seems a little suspicious. Like they it was all so quick, and we're
Yes, well, and part of me is wondering if there's one of us of each faction that was sent to bring it along. I think out of equity of equal access to this device. It seems odd. Are we supposed to supervise and stay with it? It seems odd to now hand it over to just one to have eyes on it.
yeah, something doesn't smell quite right, but I guess we did what we were supposed to do.
Yeah, we could just get paid and go home.
I just didn't like all that whisper kitchen nonsense with the soldiers over there.
Yeah, they did point at us a lot.
Yeah.
For a second there, I thought they might be about to shoot us.
Yeah.
but they didn't. So, I mean, I think, Lot doesn't have a bad reputation, and they're very neutral, and so I don't know why they would.
Crassus, Zeke, and I assume Zeke is just gone in the lab
Zeke
already.
is in the next room over. Just immediately, you can hear probably loudly because didn't really close the door. Just
Okay, Crassus, I know you're the trusting type. What do you think?
I mean, look, I'm as ready as anybody else to get back to the rest of the spears, but I guess kind of have a bit of responsibility towards this thing now. It's really powerful. We don't understand it. I don't know. Maybe we should at least make sure everything's up and up. I mean, maybe Zeke has some thoughts on it. I don't know where he went. He's in that workshop, but I don't know. It doesn't feel right? Something's up.
Mm-hmm.
and Zeke would only be gone for a few moments to analyze the room and comes back and kind of like, okay, room will be good enough. What do we do?
Okay, before you put anything down, how do you feel about this place? Because I'm a little...
I don't like it at all.
Okay, thank you. Good. Right. All right. Good.
I'm surprised. You should like it here, right?
Well, why is that?
I don't know.
You're a big old nerd?
Surrounded by tech
Sorry.
and labs and yeah, you're a big old nerd.
I guess I should have got... Archivists aren't all about tech and nerd things. There are different varieties, from those that want to strive for information, those that like machines, those that like cybernetics, database, those that want to reinstate the builder. There are a variety of ways that people go about. There are some archivists that are also somehow nature driven. They want to find a way to create a better Greenland using technology.
Well,
that is
aren't
irrelevant.
there all sorts that are here?
Yes, and I don't trust any one of them. I may be archivist by origin, but I don't trust archivists. They are a big reason why we face so many problems as we do. They were
Okay.
great once upon a time when the Builder War was going to become a big problem. The archives were used to help store information, but information in the wrong hands becomes propaganda.
Right, but the elders sent us here.
No, the elders asked for help and got rid of people that probably were not useful in other ways and sent us to do things.
See, that's what I said, Bixby.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I feel like something's going on here, and I just don't trust Exiku. What Exiku? I don't remember.
Ezekiel, it's a rank in Archivius. It's a whole thing.
Lot. I
Rango-
don't trust Lot then.
Yes, Lot. A lot of things with the Lot. Lot, however, is not a problem. It's archivists can never make decisions. They take too much time talking, planning, thinking, planning, thinking. They don't do. That's why they don't like me. I do too much.
Well,
You
look,
do.
is it
I love it, honestly.
our problem?
A problem? No. A responsibility? No. Will it be our problem at some point? Absolutely.
Why?
Well, let me put a scenario for you. These things that were chasing us were able to refurbish a worker with various weapons. You don't think that eventually they'll learn how to expand that to make them better at tracking, better at exterminating those that are stand against them? And this individual, whoever did it, is probably not one of the factions of River, Spears, Archivists, or maybe it is, and they believe that they have some form of right over the technology. Then you take the idea that they could take the Waker, attach some form of, I don't know, buoyancy to it, and then boom, you got Wakers on water. Even you wouldn't be safe. So think about if you can upgrade Wakers, what is to stop you from making it unstoppable?
Okay.
So you're assuming that that's what the archivists here would do? That
No, what
Lot
I'm
would allow
assuming
that?
is that they can't stop it.
Why? You don't think that they have the means here?
No, what I am understanding is that we encountered trolls that had crystals growing out of their body, which I have no idea what that means. I'm sure that no one else has a clear idea, and I have heard myths of what these trolls can do, and more so that somebody has the potential to upgrade Wakers. And I know there is not a single archivist community on anything that I've ever studied that are capable of doing that, which means there is people out there capable of doing something so disastrous that they're willing to Awaken Awaker, fix it with gear, and unleash it on an entire settlement to find a box.
Okay. But surely they are better equipped here to at least be studying it. Perhaps it is just about getting a team together made up of more than just the archivists to come here.
Yes, us. And then we handle it from here. See?
But
You're on the same
why
page as me.
Us?
Well, Jude, you happen to have the most amount of connections, and you've had every story ever told about the land, and you know all these things. Bixby is truly a phenomenal human being that speaks well to all and brings, well, hope. Crassus, despite being perhaps not the most veteran spear, is perhaps the most passionate and sincere. That means that we are currently the most capable, and I hate to admit it, as much as I don't find dreamers to be worth anything, even Cap, for all their strange fascinations, are brilliant. But dreamers are that. Dreamers are some of the most smartest
The
individuals.
two of you both made some incredible bombs, so that's something y'all should bond over. Honestly, I mean,
don't
once
like
we
them.
go back,
I don't want there to be any confusion. I do not like dreamers.
oh, you will. You guys are gonna get along.
But Cap is like, me and Cap both probably dislike Archivist in the same way, despite me being one.
Yes, but you
Okay.
both have different amounts of knowledge and for different subjects. So really, it's like you two complete each other almost.
I don't
Listen,
like you.
I like this very much that we all love each other so much.
I wouldn't say that.
However, I'm gonna go ahead and just rebound on what Zeke said about how we all love each other but we gotta get out of here, because I do feel like right now we are sitting turducken.
But I see. That's what I don't understand. I think that we just need to express to Lot our concerns, and that there needs to be a team put together here. I mean, the resources needed to research this thing are going to be better here. No.
Let me get this straight. You want to do the simple thing of going and talking to somebody instead of stealing something or doing something surreptitious?
I don't talk to Archivists. Archivists need to keep talking and talking and talking and talking. It is incessant and annoying.
Oh God, you're right. What have I become?
An Archivist, basically.
All right. Maybe we do go talk to him, and this will probably just cross whatever's off our list, or he'll get wary of us and try to kill us on the spot. Either way, we'll get an answer.
As he kind of tries to see if I can see what they're doing with the box at this point.
Yeah. Whilst you're having this conversation, there's a lot going on in that room. You look in, Zeke, and you see that Machias appears to be like the box is on this circular platform, and he appears to be scanning it with several different devices, trying to get an idea of what it could be and what its composition is and that. Whilst his assistant Thalia, you see, is stood on the other side of the room, in front of what appears to be a workstation, moving their hands through the air in a very rhythmic manner. And you see in front of them, there appears to be something floating in midair above the workstation in front of them as they're kind of moving their hands, doing these very specific gestures and motions with them, whilst they appear to be talking under their breath, but you can't hear, obviously, with them being in another room. And this thing that's floating in front of them appears to be gaining mass.
And that's above them or above the box?
In front of Thalia, who is on the opposite side of the room, on a workbench in front of them. And Zeke, you know what they're doing.
Is she weaving?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Zeke's going over. No. No, the moment I'm like, what this? Holy shit. Is like rushing over, like respectfully, because someone's working on something, but it's like, this is Zeke is tunnel vision.
Okay, so the rest of the party, you lose Zeke. After seeing how much he dislikes Archivist, he's now rushing directly to one of them in awe.
Should we go with him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we should.
We follow just to damage control.
So yeah, you head into this research lab where these two researchers are, one again scanning the box and the other one is doing something interesting in a corner. With Zeke at the front, Zeke, what are you doing?
You said Talia's the one doing this.
Yeah.
Zeke has Zeke is going like, will invade the immediate personal space to watch and observe what she's doing, and is like studying every little thing in her immediate bubble, because he's like, I can't miss a single detail of what you're doing right now. And actually, it's probably asking questions at every step too. Not even be like, what is that gesture? What is that? And how you do that? And you're saying that. What does that mean?
Okay. As you approach, you do get a side eye of, oh god, whilst they're doing what they're doing, and they continue crafting an item in front of you. As you see the item being built, you see these tiny little particles kind of fusing, coming up from the workbench and attaching themselves. Zeke, what specifically do you wish to know?
Zeke, one of Zeke's other goal, like the other one, is weaving. Have heard of it, have yet to experience it because the community I'm from is too small to have somebody with this. Zeke needs to learn how to do this, to understand the process of weaving. Like, all my gear is all capable of it. Like, I have my nano thing in there and so on, but so ultimately I'm trying to see if I can study enough to replicate becoming a weaver here.
I will say, just from this observation and asking very prying questions, I imagine, you don't, in this instance, you won't learn enough. You'll kind of get an idea of, okay, this person is a weaver and what they're doing is a form of weaving, and they tell you, and Thalia tells you, like, yes, I'm using a personal nanogram with gestures and verbal commands to assist me in fabricating an item. As you can see, it's what I'm doing. Just shut up a minute.
You'll teach me now. I am your apprentice. You teach me weaving.
No. The blunt answer is, yeah, I do not have time. I'm still learning myself.
Then who taught you?
Macias.
Useless. Macias.
You see when he's like scanning.
Macias, teach me weaving.
What?
I am apprentice now. Teach me.
Oh dear God. Macias looks to Jewel, Crest, and Bigsby. We're kind of in the middle of something here. Can you three? He's drooling.
I mean, it'd probably be quicker if you just agreed to teach him eventually.
Yeah, and he already has some expertise on the item, having been with it the longest amongst you, so...
If there's radiation coming off that thing, it's been all over Zeke.
I have the ability to decode AI sentience and basic nanogram systems, and I've been able to function in those other systems. I can get into most database. I could even bypass Awaker if I could find one awake long enough. I can do anything that your other assistant can do, but better.
Okay, remember, you don't want to come in so hot, buddy. You want to come in a little bit.
He's eager to learn, is what he's saying, and he is very capable.
I have already built the device that can hold an AI unit. I need to be able to weave to interact it, and that's unfair. I came from Patrol Tower. We don't have weavers, so if I had the opportunity to learn, I would be better than your assistant. Just because she happens to be in a place where they can learn it.
Zeke.
Yeah, remember?
Yeah, we don't need to take someone else down in order to raise ourselves up.
Well said, Jewel. Well said. Wow.
I believe that given the opportunity, we could all benefit from my knowledge, your teaching, and a friendship that could form between the three of us, you, me, and your assistant.
Wow. You're just getting like stone side eye from Thalia while she's working on this item.
Don't worry, if you're as good as you think you are, you don't have nothing to worry about.
Is there some like really valuable stuff in this room?
Yes. Yes, there is.
Just for old time's sake, I feel like I should just kind of case the joint if there's anything I can get of value in this trip. Small. Like
Small. Okay.
not noticeable.
little
You know, I'm
keepsake.
not about to just like take the device from under them type thing. You know, just a little little thing that I know is in demand on the market. That way I can or that I know that they really need so that I can sell it back to them later.
Okay. Jewel, you start casing the place.
Because they seem pretty distracted right now.
Yes, they are. Very much so. Micaeus kind of looks at you, Zeke, and he's like, I need to do my work, but you're not going to leave until I give you an answer. So I'm going to have to give you an answer. And he kind of puts the scanner that he's got down and goes, look, once I have cracked what this is and what it does, I will have some free time and we can talk.
Then, in the meantime, if you have to do the scanning, I just don't have the ability to do that. But I understand the information if I can get in. So if nothing else, I would like to assist in deciphering the information you gather.
Okay, hold this.
Excitedly, like, this is basically him saying, like, yes, this is your learning now. Zeke is like,
Okay, just hold this, hold it there. Don't move whilst I do this. And he kind of presses a button that's attached to the cable to what you do, and you're now holding like an LED flashlight up for him so you can get a better view of what he's doing whilst he continues scanning.
it works for me. I'm still learning.
Yeah. Jewel, I mean, this place is full of old world tech. It's full of equipment, tools. There is a plethora of items, small, medium, and large, that you could steal.
Great. I would like to take like a valuable tool that I know would be easy to sell to someone else who's not in this exact lab.
Okay. I'll say you see a small case on the table. It's only like that big. It is unlatched, and you kind of stood there. You kind of just kind of lift it and peek in.
I'm just taking a look around.
Yeah,
It's
and
AirPods.
Yeah, it's like a small. It's like a small pelican case, with like some sort of weird foam material in it, and inset into the foam appears to be 3 small devices, metallic in color. One has kind of a clear opening about like that big. You don't know what it is, but it looks valuable as hell.
Yeah, I'll grab them.
Okay. Do you want to take the case they're in as well? I mean, everyone wants to carry case.
We have established that I can fit a lot under my
This is
coat. Yeah, I'll just take the case then.
Okay. Make me. Quickness sneak.
I'd like to assist by sort of seeing that Jules got that look in her eye. I'm going to do sort of a distracting, like, oh, what's this thing? And like kind of go across the room and look at something that looks like they will tell me to not touch.
Could I argue a quickness move? Like I'm just gonna grab this and get out while they're doing something else?
Sneak is more
Like I'm dodging their attention.
Dodging there.
I will let you do quickness move, but I'm going to increase the difficulty because you're going to have to do some sleight of hand sort of maneuver during it.
What is the difficulty?
The difficulty, to be fair, they're very distracted. The difficulty is only 2.
Okay.
That's
all right.
including the increase.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll
Okay.
spend a spirit so I can get 1 extra die.
Oh, you've already got 2 successes.
Oh, wow.
Someone rolled a 1.
Bixby's very distracting. That's great because I got 1.
Okay.
Okay.
So you succeed, and you gain a point of momentum for the group. Yeah, Bixby, you walk over to something near where Thalia is weaving this item, and you're like, "Ooh, what's this?" And you kind of instinctually like towards a button, and she very sharply goes, "No."
All right, well, thanks for having us. And Jules sort of like steps out.
So as Bigsby does that, and Jewel, you kind of do the whole like behind grab in pocket, nothing happened. And you kind of say your parting words. You hear the sound of someone clear their throat stood behind you.
Behind me?
Yes.
Oh, yes, hello. I didn't see you there.
And you see the 6 foot tall sentinel woman with the blonde bob stood there going, hi.
Hi.
There's someone at the gate. They're a bit erratic, but they say they're with you.
Cat. Sorry.
Oh. Do you think... Oh, yes. Send them in. Excited, picking up rocks?
They were throwing some.
Yes.
They had to be
Gotta
restrained.
Yeah, no, you
Well,
don't
that's
need to
necessary.
restrain them. Yeah,
Well,
that's...
can someone come and just have a word? Like
Yeah.
we're a bit hesitant
Yes.
to let them in this state.
On the way, let me tell you what this reminds me of. This story from the old world, something called Homeward Bound. It's about a group of... That's what Bixby says as he's exiting.
Perfect. Yeah, we'll go.
Okay.
Zeke, are you coming or are you staying here?
I am learning how to be a weaver. But I can stay and communicate. We still have, as like points to the ear, the communicators.
Yes. All right.
Okay.
Let's go get him.
So the sentinel, head down now that Bigsby is talking to them, leads you out of this building, this research building, and towards the entrance of the Deepwood Archives kind of township. And as you approach, you hear raised voices. You hear the sound of what appears to be 2 people trying to calm someone down, and a third shouting expletives. And as you crest the corner, you see 2 guardians kind of doing the whole whoa now. And Cap stood there, fists at the ready.
So as we run the corner, I'm like, and then the Shadow comes home at the very end of the movie, and it's a tear. Oh! Run forward, and then I didn't say movie, I said story, because this is a campfire tale.
Traveling show.
Yeah. Yep, they're with us.
I'm in the middle, like, and listen here, pal. You don't even know how important I am.
Yep,
I'm also like, my head is like fully bandaged, like I'm looking all jacked up.
that one's ours.
Oh, hey guys! Can you tell these jabronis that like I'm kind of a big deal?
Oh, God,
Cap
they
is
truly are
indeed
the
the
same.
biggest deal.
They
Yep.
truly are the same, aren't they?
I'll have you guys know that Cap and I took down a Waker together. It was great.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so like, pause off.
The sentinel turns to the 3 of you, not Cap, and goes, I'll leave them in your charge. Any damages, it's on you.
Yeah.
Well, get us a tab, because there probably going to be some damages, and we apologize in advance for
I
that.
really hope.
I'm not gonna break anything in your boring old library.
break a few things. Come on, Cap.
No.
I could try.
Sentinel with the again with the very large guns, like, no, you.
Tell me what I'm not to.
Cat,
Hey.
we're so glad that you're here. Are you feeling all right? Just looking at your bandaged head, like.
I'm pretty sure they had to take out some of my brain, but like I feel great. They also give me some of these plants to chew, and I can't really feel my face, so I think I'm good.
God, you know, we missed you. We saw some really freaky stuff. There were some crystals growing out of people, and we thought Cat would really like this.
Okay, first of all, that sounds like the coolest effing thing that has ever.
A bit horrifying.
And we
Also-
stole their clothes and stuff. So if you want to give them a smell or something, that's
Why would I? Like, you could licking rock. You wouldn't. You guys missed me.
yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, like Zeke did it. He was probably like super relieved that I wasn't around.
No, he actually had a pretty heartfelt moment earlier. Right, Joel? Right, Crass?
It's true.
I'll believe that when I see it. But where's this thing? Did we like? I know I haven't been around, but did we like complete our whole mission thing, or did they tip us, or like are we gonna?
We have dropped it off. We are hesitant as to whether we are really supposed to leave it. You know, the whole 5 different factions accompanying it and then leaving it in the hands of just one seems a bit off.
Yeah.
They've been acting a little funny. It seems like, I don't know, something's not quite right.
You
Kill them
know.
all.
Oh,
I'm joking. I say to the Sentinel. For legal
Yes, yes.
purposes, that was a joke.
yes. I think we perhaps are toying with the idea of staying here in some way, or suggesting that we be some sort of part of this work temporarily, at least, until we can get word to the elders, because I think that might be the best thing to ask about what's next.
I mean, not ideal, but I can make exceptions because, like, I wouldn't mind having like catch up sleepover time with like my new best friend.
Oh,
And
yes. And Zeke, yes.
I'm excited to find out about just how you got here. Because are you wearing shoes or what?
Oh shit! Not wearing any shoes. My nervous system is all over the place right now, but like I actually found you guys by tracking the changes in the atmospheric electricity.
We changed the atmospheric electricity.
Well, I was lying, but like things do, mostly things like swarms of birds and bats and like lightning, that can affect the atmospheric electricity, but really I just knew where we were going. And also Zeke like has that metallic dandruff situation going on, so I just like ran all the way here following a trail of like little shavings.
That's
So
pretty
fast.
good.
Yeah, I think it has to do with the plants I'm chewing on, but I got here so fast.
Yeah, you have to share some of those plants, won't you? Well, I think that they have perhaps prepared a room for us. Is that what Lot said? Do you want to see where we've dropped off the item? Also, see Zeke just completely like heart eyes over.
I would
this.
love to see his face, yes. Like
Okay.
when his reaction to what's going on, and also like how annoyed he's going to be to see me again.
Right. Yes. Yes. Because you find it entertaining.
He is an interesting case study.
Yes. Yes, he is interesting. Love that. Yes, well, come along, we'll show you. And go back to the lab with Cap.
Okay. So, going back to the lab, before you guys get back, but straight after you leave, Zeke. Macias has been scanning it, and Ali has been doing their constructing. And whilst I kind of stood there watching again, you're kind of paying attention to what Mackay's is doing with his different scanners, the processes he's doing to try and observe this box. And you see him in his head and kind of like mouthing but not actually saying anything. You can see him going like UWRD, 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 and he's not a clue what it means. You can see he's trying to decipher it. And then you hear Thalia go, okay, I think it's ready. Shall we try it?
Ready? What is ready?
And Mackay said, oh, so it's got a port on it, like there, and he points at the 2-inch oval entry.
And then you were able to weave something that would be able to plug into it, yes?
Yeah, that's what we're trying. It's our first thought, is if we can plug something to it, put some power in, maybe it will turn on.
Absolutely. And if you need a power source, I have EGOT has so many things in it. I have the things tool. By the way, you will have to pay the tab on the items that I've acquired, anything you use. But I have devices that can work. Sorry.
Okay.
As Zeke looks around, is there a Weaver lens anywhere? Because Zeke is like, if I could just grab one, I could.
I mean, Thalia has one on, but she does place it down after she's weaved this device. She places it on the side, and walks over to you two, and you see she's brought over what appears to be a weaved short cable with a port on one end and a small box on the other end that looks like it could be some sort of fuse breaker system to regulate the power that's going through from an external power source. And she brings it over, and Mackay is like, okay, let's see if it... And he kind of... He puts it against the port, and he's like... After a second of fumbling, he's like, okay, yeah, okay, it fits. It fits. It's a bit snug, but it fits. Okay, Zeke, I'll tell you what. Whilst you're here, it's always helpful to have another pair of arms. Do you want to get your... What did you call it?
EGOT.
That. And we'll use that to try and put some power into this thing.
Oh, absolutely. And does the body motion that causes EGOT to extend all the arms with the random tools and the battery charger and the other loose arms? Yes, how do you want to do this? I can do a direct adapt. I can attach it to EGOT. That way I can regulate the power source in that way. That way I can monitor any of the electrical currents through that. EGOT has the ability to monitor any form of signal waves, radio waves, electricity waves, energy output, kinetic or otherwise.
You got a plug?
Yes, I have two main ports for that.
Okay, we'll plug this in. And if you've got a power flow meter, we can start by regulating that and slowly put in more and more power through.
Yes, okay. I have access to a rapid charge, so kind of goes that process. Yes, I can monitor all the energy going through, and I can regulate which way it goes and how much I can, as long as it's attached to EGOT, I am in control.
Okay, cool. All right.
I do think that it would help if I had that over there pointing to the Weaver lens, just to help with visual reading. Otherwise, it's just pure auditory recognition.
I can see the screen on your thing. It's fine.
No, the Weaver lens makes it. Just let me have this, please.
Look, you are not ready for that yet. When you are, you can have one. Right now, no.
You implying that I'm not ready yet means you think I could be, and that would, yes. Well, look at this screen.
Okay. Let's just start slowly. Start putting a base level through, and then we'll increase it.
So yeah, I actually have I literally have an ability, Rapid Charge, that lets me control how much power I put into things based on if it needs a breather, break, or bed. So using that talent, I can slowly put in basically 1 point's worth of power and control it that way.
Okay, perfect. We'll do that. So Zeke, you start putting power through, and you're slowly building and building. The rest of you have now returned to this research lab, and you walk into the door of that kind of little entryway, and you see through the glass ahead of you Zeke with the box. It's plugged into his EGOT. He's got all his arms kind of in the air, being all excited. They're not moving, they're just kind of there ready. They're not all doing jazz hands or anything. It's fine.
No,
not
my
yet.
music.
Anyway.
I'm not allowed to play my music. I think like Zeke normally plays their like symphony music, but it's like no, like don't push it. Don't push it.
But you all see Zeke, who appears to be instrumental at this moment in doing something with this box. Somehow he has wormed his way into this research team, and he's part of it. But you walk in and you see him there.
Hey, look who we found.
Oh, see, I knew you did not die. It did not make sense. The impact in the kit. You definitely should have been able to survive the incident.
And I did. Just barely.
I'm not surprised. I don't think anything could kill you if it did try.
Oh, they've tried.
That is my
Kinda-
point.
That kind of seems like a compliment. That's wonderful.
I did not say that much. No,
You like me.
I like you as much as I like camping.
You tolerate me.
You sometimes need Cap to survive.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
These is embellishments, but I am going to let it be.
Well, what have you
Want some of my
discovered?
leaves?
Oh.
I don't do nature things like that. I can't determine what it does. I'm okay.
It makes your mouth numb. It makes you really makes your brain really focused.
It could help with what you're doing.
Oh.
I'll give you a small one.
Like Zeke is actually considering it because there's a sense of like curiosity. Why not? Zeke's like, fine, small piece.
As you pick it up, you have Mackay's got. We're kind of in the middle of something here.
Why don't you mind your own business? I'm sorry, I've been through a lot.
Oh God.
Whoa. Just whoa. Hold on a minute. just back up.
Yes.
Oh, wait, I'm
sorry.
I am. We are doing a power relay to see what this device can do. Now that we have a way to.
Just open your
hook
mouth
it
and
up.
I'll put it in for you. And then I'll just start putting it in his mouth.
I think you're just rubbing in the gums, like. Just like
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do one thing with that. Okay.
Someone just
Really
took threat.
Really good. Really good.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are you working on? Have you already, in that time that we left and came back, have you discovered something?
Not yet, as I think we're still powering it to
Yes,
see.
and
and
Matthias is
we're-
kind of gesturing for you to increase the power.
and like it's automated as long as I can control EGOT. EGOT can do the charge power cycling.
Roll me a Insight Operate. DC 3.
Yay, that's my thing, and we're using my EGOT, so I get the spirit bonus. Difficulty 3.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna spend 2 spirit to add a dice and get free rerolls. That is 1, 2, 6 successes, and I can reroll one of those.
Should make these things more difficult.
That might do it.
I got 6 successes, but I did roll a 20 on the reroll.
Oh, wonderful.
There's 1 complication and 6 successes.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll take that. Okay, so you start up in the power, and you're looking at your screen, and you're regulating the flow, and you see a slight spike happen, as in there's like a spike of power in your EGOT, as if it's been pushed back from the device, and then you kind of like and you kind of start adjusting your levels to kind of balance on that spike. And you do, and after a moment you kind of like, you're letting Machias know this as it's happening, the rest of the group are listening in. And after a moment you see a shine on the box, just a slight kind of metallic shine go across the top of it, and then you all see lines of light start to move around the box, as power is now safely, shall we say, running through it. And then the top of the box begins to glow. And it goes from like a very faint green light to a very bright blue, like a pale blue light. And it emanates up, and then it kind of emanates up and then stops as it forms what appears to be a holographic panel above the box along the top. And you can see text written across this holographic panel.
What does it say?
Who wants to read it? Like, you're all kind of stood around. Who wants to take point and read what it
I
says
mean,
on
Zeke.
this?
I feel like Zeke is like super excited about this box because he wanted to be the one to figure it out before, and technically this is his chance.
Okay. So you look at it, Zeke, and you look at the text on the top of this box, on this holographic panel that is there, and it appears to be a holographic digital menu. Not as in a food menu, but a menu to navigate through. But the first thing you read is you see the letters UWRD dash, and then you see a set of words. The first word beginning with U. Do you read out loud the words, or do you just take it in yourself?
Zeke is going to take it in at first. Like, rule first is skim through, then out loud.
Okay. I'm gonna send you what it says.
We're gonna see how much Zeke freaks out and then determines from there. So, like, upon reading that, there's like this moment of unmanned weather and recon drone.
Sorry, what was
What?
that, Zeke?
It is a unmanned weather and recon drone.
Cool.
It's a drone. A weather drone?
That is the idea. It's a drone that's meant to get information, and it's unmanned, meaning
But it's not from our...
this is not anything I've seen, heard, or right. Like, we don't have drones in any state right now.
No.
Did we
No,
have
this
drones
is-
before?
Before the war?
Yeah, like, was
There
drones
there
even?
was stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, you could navigate through the menus and see what else it says in it. Maybe.
Yeah, no. Zeke is going through everything and like taking all the data and is like using the com thing and rewiring it to EGOT to download backwards.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So let's do an info dump. Let's do a little bit of a homebrew lore info dump. Zeke, you start navigating through the menus of this holographic menu on this box, and you start pulling. There is tons of information on this box, and you start kind of looking through it, and what you find out is that this isn't an unmanned weather and recon drone. This is the flight recorder from an unmanned weather and recon drone.
The
A
black
drone,
box.
yes, like the black box recorder from it. From a drone that has been flying in the air for the past 255 years.
So it has all the data from the last 255 years.
Yes. This drone is number 4 of 8, and they are all linked to. They are part of a series of drones and navigational tools that belong to something you don't know what this is. Something called a Galax Plains Luxury Liner 2.
No reference of anything now or past that I could.
Not that you know of, no, not that you can think of. But looking through the information, it appears to be information on weather patterns over the past 255 years, not just to the area of New Musgrove, not just to the region of Regis Castile, not just to the continent of Nedrosita, but to the entire planet of Avira Prime. It also has navigational data and what appears to be flight paths and course corrections. And as you're kind of navigating through this data and kind of trying to make head and tail of it and to work out what it is, you do find a section in the files that kind of refers to what the Galax Plains Luxury Liner 2 is and its purpose. What you find is that this drone, or this black box that belonged to a drone, was one of 8 drones that goes out ahead of a luxury cruise liner that travels around the world of Iberia Prime. These drones go out ahead of it to check for weather patterns, so that the luxury liner has good weather whilst it's traveling, and to check the route, that there are no obstacles. Because if you remember, the planet of Iberia Prime had these big mega cities with skyscrapers 10 miles high, so you don't really want to hit something like that. This liner is not a cruise liner on the waters, but in the air, and it cruises along the cloud line. The drone seemed to have suffered a malfunction, which caused it to jettison its black box. But the information you get is that this has been working for the past 250 years ahead of the liner. Now, Jewel, when you were in New Musgrove in like episode 1 or 2, you asked about rumors about things falling from the sky. And one of the things you had was that people had seen things moving in the clouds in the past. Now, with Zeke kind of relaying all this information to you, and you kind of going, hold on a minute, I remember someone who I thought was drunk rambling on about seeing something passing through the clouds that was some massive big thing. Maybe that was the liner. And maybe if this has fell now and still has weather data, flight routes, flight paths, maybe this Galax Plains luxury liner is still flying around the planet.
From over 200 years ago.
From over 200 years ago.
Just still functioning?
The key thing is that with that, just can I tell if this thing is still sending data out or receiving or something?
Make me an insight study.
Difficulty?
I'm going to say it's difficulty 2 based on the fact you got like a 6 last time.
All right, I'm going to spend the spirit still. Insight study. That's going to be I can reroll 1 because the bag, that's 3 successes.
3 successes, wonderful. You do another kind of analysis of the data. Up until the point where the drone malfunctioned and jettisoned its black box, it was still sending data back to the liner. Now, you can analyze that further, and looking at the flight paths, the weather data, the distance that these drones were programmed to go ahead of the liner, and how long it has been since you were told this black box fell, you can work out that potentially this luxury in-air cruise liner will be passing overhead of Deepwoods in roughly a week and a few days, and you may get a chance to see it.
I guess the question is whether it's on autopilot or being operated by something, right?
If it's before the war, it is automated. That is the essence of all things that work that way.
But
We
nothing
need
could
to
have
go.
taken over it.
Honestly, it does not matter.
What of the report of these, people that were around the site that this crashed, that attacked the others?
That means there's a chance that this thing has been hijacked. There's a forward operating base. It has old world tech. It has all the information of all these other drones that are connected being sent to it, and who knows what else.
Right.
It is a surviving old world tech. The only thing that's perhaps was not devastated.
Wait, hold on. Are you guys suggesting that we go up to a ship in the sky, see if it's inhabited or not, and then plunder the wealth, riches, new tech, and possibly life-changing technology thereon?
Exactly, yes.
I mean,
Sounds like
Someone
a hell of a
should.
story.
It's been
someone
flying
should.
around for like 200 years. That means it's not relying on something like some sort of fuel system like fossil fuels. It's probably got some sort of like really powerful like nuclear level power source. So even if it's not that it's been hijacked and being used by somebody else, they could be wanting that because it's a very big and, to be honest, dangerous source of power.
Oh my goodness. Is this this isn't like a normal this is like a radio frequency style, or is this something on the same coding style that the Wakers are made of? Like
Different
that?
coding styles to the Wakers. Also, by having this black box from these drones, you can see that this hasn't been corrupted.
Yeah, because it's not
Otherwise,
on the same.
there would be drones fighting people.
This here is untouched by the builder. It is uncorrupted. That means that cruiser is the only surviving old world tech untouched by the builder's corruption. It is what we need to have a better future.
Well, Zeke, I'd hate to tear you away from Weaver School and all, but we'll
What do you
probably
mean?
need your help to get up there.
Wow, it won't be here for a week, and it's time for a crash course.
Use.
So, you now have this new information about this completely new situation you have just put yourselves in, where you now have potential old world tech flying through the air that you could, through a bit more research and a bit more planning, get to. With that, we will now end our little story on this now open end. As you
We
are-
get an airship.
Or
you
go to
get
inner
something.
space.
You get something potentially if you can get there.
If
Yes.
people can play the game now, might they get to the airship before us? Because I won't.
I
have
mean,
that.
hey, if you go out and buy Dreams of Machines, you may get. You could start running part 2 of this story yourselves and try and work out how to get there. One little hint: if you go north, there may be some mega city that has a 10-mile high skyscraper you could climb and maybe jump across from there if it's close enough.
Well, just
knows?
slingshot me, buddy. Let's
I'll throw
go.
them.
Basketball special.
Fastball special.
But yes, that is going to be the end of our little story here. You have delivered your payload, your cargo. Not yet received any money, but you've been told you might. So who knows? Or you might just get taken out back in jail. Who knows? Anyway, thank you all very much for watching at home. To my players, thank you very much for playing this game with me. It's been great. Go buy Dreams of Machines. It's out now. It's everywhere. Go get it. Go get it. Go play it. And if you haven't watched the rest of the show that we did, go on Modiphius Live on YouTube and go watch the past episodes and go watch all other shows. Please check out what we do. We make fun games. We make games and things to tell stories. We want to tell stories with you. Go play games. Tell your stories. Post on social media. Let us know. We'll share it. We'll throw it out there and let other people know about your stories. So let's quickly run around the table and let everyone say who they are, where they're from, what they're doing, what they're up to, and then we'll say goodnight. So we will start with Jewel.
Hi, I'm Josephine McAdam. You can find me at JCVIM on all various platforms where you can keep up with whatever TTRPGs I'm on or whatever film making stuff I'm up to and all that good stuff. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Next up is Cap.
Hi, I've been Cap. I'm Rachel Beauregard. I'm an actor in Toronto. You can find all my nonsense and shenanigans on my personal Instagram at Manic Pixie Tank Girl, and all my art and other weird shit on my art page at Bad Duck Design.
Thank you very much. Bigsby, you're up next.
Hi, I'm Bigsby Zaxon is his last name. First, I've been Phil Korea. Thank you so much for hanging with us. If you want to find me, I'm at mphilipkorea on pretty much every social. Philbo Fraggins on Twitch, and yeah, I do a podcast called GGG, which stands for the Golden Glaze Gaming Podcast. Talk about video game stuff. Please come check it out. It's a lot of fun, and yeah, thanks.
Thank you very much. Crassus, you're up.
Hi, I'm Logan. I play Crassus Sparksong. You can find me at Logan Quinn Film on Instagram or Tank Loves You on Twitch, where I do video game roleplay.
Amazing. Thank you very much. Zeke.
I've been Zeke Tennant, but I am Jaden King from all social media at It's Jaden King, doing all kinds of things TTRPG related and more things in the horizon for this upcoming year. So I don't know, just follow me, but not too closely, please.
Yes, and I'm Danny. I'm Check for Traps on all social medias. I'm the project manager for Dreams and Machines. Go check out Modiphius, check out what we're doing, check out the games. Thank you all very much for watching. Go find that airship. Go find it. Yes, buy the game, find the airship, go have adventures. Thank you all very much for watching. And yes, we will see you in the next story. Peace.